Hi, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Dream Then Do podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about dreams versus distractions. Now, I know it's just the beginning of the year, and a lot of times say, no, I'm not distracted. I have these dreams I've set and I'm pushing towards them. But I want you to know that a lot of times distractions rarely look bad. So they could come in the form of opportunities. They could come in the form of responsibilities. They could come in the form of comfort. And while I know we've discussed a lot of times on taking breaks, taking rest, I also want to inform you that distractions could actually come in a form of rest. Let's say you've decided you're going to actually put in a certain number of hours daily to accomplish something, and you've done that for day 1, day 2, day 3, 4, 5, 6. What day is it? I think 20 something. So let's say you've done that for the past 20 days, and today you're like, "Oh, I need to take a break," which is all right, it's fine. But then you extend the break than you should. Now it's no longer you just taking a break, it's you actually falling for the distraction. And that's why we're having this episode today. Distractions, like I said, rarely look bad. They're very subtle and very dangerous. Now your dreams need more than desire. I'm sure you have enough of that this January. You've seen how last year was, and then there's so much you want to be that's different from what you were last year. But I want you to know that your dream actually requires more than desire. It needs direction. And that's one thing distraction steals from you. So it comes in these very subtle forms, and then you tend to think that you're just taking a rest, or you tend to think, oh, I need to actually sort these things out because of the responsibilities I have. But at the end of the day, it shifts your focus from your dream and then gradually drains your energy. So it's important that you identify distractions no matter how little, and then you ensure that your attention is not shifted from your dream. Whatever you feed or whatever you give your attention to is what you end up funding your life with. Now, for some other people, distraction is a coping mechanism. So let's say you've had these dreams and then you've seen yourself pushing and trying to do better, and suddenly you feel kind of down because the things you've expected has still not yielded results the way they should. So you had goals, you had dreams, you started working, and you believe by the first or second week of this project, I should have hit or made this certain target, or I should have accomplished this goal. And it doesn't seem like it. So you believe that instead of you falling into depression, one way to actually cope with this disappointment is to distract yourself. Now that is good. But I want you to know that while you fall back to distraction as a coping mechanism, the only thing it does is it numbs you from the pain, but it doesn't heal you. So at the end of you distracting yourself, at the end of scrolling through Instagram, because I do that a lot, I'm not gonna lie. So I feel if I'm sad about something, I don't want to go into depression, I kind of watch cartoons, I kind of scroll through social media and just try as much as possible to distract myself. But then we listen, we don't judge, and that's why we're having this episode here, because we're trying to be better in this year. What you realize is after scrolling through all of these, after it just kind of makes you numb, but it doesn't heal you because the situation is still there. The only way to actually deal with that situation is to address it. So it's not to push it to one side. It's not to overlook it. It's not to um, build boundaries or make yourself, build walls around it and say, oh, it's not going to affect me. The only way you can actually deal with that issue is to address it. So distraction doesn't heal you. It could be a coping mechanism, but it doesn't heal you. Instead, it numbs you, and then it makes you forget your dreams for a while. But then at the end of the day, you return back to reality feeling guilty. So you find yourself trying to keep busy enough not to feel. But trust me, that's not like a solution. I think that's just for lack of a better word, coping mechanism. I understand that things can get overwhelming, and that's fine. You're human. However, when things get overwhelming, the best thing to do is to redirect your attention to the things that work. That's why we started this year with the lights you should actually choose your goals or your dreams from. So when it gets overwhelming, you go back to the blueprints you've been given for those dreams. I want you to redirect your focus to your dreams. Redirect your focus to what matters. Now, Jesus visited Mary and Martha, and Martha was so overwhelmed trying to be hospitable, which is not sinful. It was okay to actually take care of people, think of what everyone needed to do, just try to make everyone comfortable. And while Jesus didn't disregard her effort, he gently redirected it back to what matters. So as this month ends, redirect your attention back to what matters. I read something that stood out to me this week. It says, focus is honoring the part of you that believes. So there's a part of you that actually believes that every dream you've written down, everything you've imagined can actually come true. So it's important that you honor it. Give attention back to your dream and don't try to fix everything. Just look for one little thing that your dream would recognize and do it. And remember, guys, your dream does not need the perfect version of you. No, you can show up imperfectly. It's better you show up imperfectly than for you to disappear. So your dream does not need the perfect version of you. It just needs you to give it back your attention. So do that gently, dream boldly, do intentionally, and watch as you become. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me on this episode, and see you next week. Bye.